Are we rolling? We are. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're returning, thank you as always for coming back. Today's video is a little bit different because I did not actually think I was going to be uploading this video. My friend Jody was like, start to upload these kind of videos because it's quite interesting for people and people like to watch these things. So if you are interested in wedding planning, maybe you're a bride-to-be or you recently got engaged and you want to start thinking about the next step towards the wedding, then this video series might be for you. I did not intend to start this series, to be honest, but I thought there's so many things that I wish I had recorded throughout my life that I can look back on, but when it's at the end of that thing, like at the end of the actual wedding day, for example, I'll be like, where do I even start with explaining like the journey to this point? So that's why I've started to record today, because I want to share with you the journey of wedding planning. I'm planning my own wedding. I know it can be very overwhelming, and yeah, you just don't really know where to start. And I know there's going to be other women on this journey with me, so I want to share it with you so we can all comment down below and like help each other and send each other helpful links or tips or your own experiences. If you're already married, then yeah, I'm just all about that. So a little bit about my backstory. I got engaged, I think it's last month. Yeah, last month. So it's fairly new, but we're also getting married next year, which is fairly soon, I think, in a lot of people's eyes. I think most people do start planning like 2 years before their wedding. They start thinking about the actual wedding day. Whereas in my case, it's like a year and a couple of months before the wedding. So I wanted to start documenting this so you can hopefully find it helpful, and perhaps my own journey will help you in some sort of way, and we can be on this journey together. Because I'll be completely honest, I feel quite overwhelmed with everything I need to think about, everything I need to do, all the complications, all of the conversations that you need to have with your partner, your future husband, and everything in between. And I do find it very overwhelming. We've already had a few tips about certain things, and I want to assure you that that's completely normal, and it doesn't have to be stressful. Like, I've had people tell me like, good luck, it's really stressful, and I've had other people say like, it's only stressful if you make it stressful. So I'm trying to go with that option, and I'm trying to take it step by step, try not to overwhelm myself too much, even though I do feel overwhelmed and I don't really know where to start. But I've created a list excuse me, according to my timeline, to what I think is going to help me, and I want to share it with you. Again, I've gone off on a tangent. A little bit about my backstory. So I'm from Wales in the UK, although I've lived 7 years in Dubai and then 3 years in Australia, where I met my husband-to-be. He's from Sicily in Italy. He lived in Australia for 3 years with me. We met there, stayed there together for 3 years. Now we live in Thailand for the past 1 year, and we're planning a wedding from Thailand, which will be in Sicily. So let's just run over some ideas for the wedding in terms of like just basic ideas. So what we're looking to do is get married in Sicily, which we now live in Thailand. My partner is Sicilian and was brought up there. So we want to do the wedding in Sicily. We're not going to do it the traditional way, like in the church. No offense to anybody who is religious or wants to do it in a church. I kind of wish I was, but I'm not. Part of my family are quite religious. Part of Roberto's family are quite religious, but we aren't. And I think, although I would absolutely love to potentially go down that road, I'm not there yet, and I think it would be very dishonest to start our marriage off in a disingenuous way. So that's why we decided not to do it in a Catholic church, which is very popular in Sicily, and we're gonna do it in a different route. And yeah, I've just written some things down here that I want to share with you. So we're looking for around September in Sicily next year. Again, we don't have like a set date. That's just the timing that we're thinking about. We want to do it in a little town close to where he was brought up. We're looking around between 60 to 80 guests, which I know is not a massive amount for people, but things could change. Of course, we know things change. So I say that now. We'll see how that goes. I just want to share with you some priorities that Roberto has. So Roberto, when it comes to our wedding, his priorities are food. I mean, we all know these things are important, right? But it's funny how different cultures and different people are, right? So he thinks about like the the food. Like Italians, they literally just like the food. Like he's just like, the food has to be a massive part of the budget. It's going to be a part of the budget, a big part of the budget. And it's really important for Sicilians, especially in the south, to have the food to their standard, which is fair enough because we are doing it in Sicily. The way I am is I am very concentrated on the aesthetic of things, which may sound really shallow, but for me it's like the decor, the flowers, the color scheme, like everything you can see in, other than food. I'm not that bothered, but I'm bothered about like the decor basically, and like the colors of everything. I think that for me is just, I'm obsessed. I've always been obsessed. Like I've always had a Pinterest board about it. So I think that is where I'm at. I also am very focused on the music, and for everybody to like, I want it to be a party. I want it to be, sorry, there are flies flying around. I want it to be just a night to remember, which I'm sure everybody on their wedding day does. But for me, the music, like the emotion, I want to create so much emotion through music at the right times throughout the day, and the aesthetic. He's the food. The good thing is we both come from hospitality backgrounds, so I feel like we are starting off on like a step ahead of like people who aren't from hospitality. And Roberto's brother is also in the hotel industry, where he deals with like events and suppliers and vendors and all that kind of stuff. So I think that definitely makes us it gives us a strong start. I'm hoping I won't regret saying that later. So I want to share with you some of my main concerns at the moment, just so if you relate to me, then we can just be on this page together and we can figure it out together. So basically, because I don't speak Italian and my partner's family are all Italian, that is something that's playing on my mind with, in many cases, like the vows, the signage and like the menus and everything, the actual ceremony, the speeches, all those kind of things make me a little bit worried, because I'm not sure how I'm going to manage it. Like, am I going to have somebody coordinating in English and Italian throughout the whole day? Am I going to do my vows in English and Italian? I think I would like to do that. I just have all of these things floating in my mind, and I know it's very normal to feel like overwhelmed and feel, yeah, like all of these things going on. So if you're feeling any of those things, I got you, I understand. But we're gonna take this step by step, because I'm trying, like my initial reaction was to, oh my God, like what about this and what about this? And I was like jumping from topic to topic to topic. But we really just need to like slow it down and create a timeline, which is what I've created for you, and I can share it with you. I'm just gonna go onto my laptop and share it with you. I'll put it up on the screen as well, so you can actually see. Now I've started it 18 months before, because I want to, you can change it to your timeline, you can, you know, change the timings around, but this is how we can tackle it, like step by step. So 18 months to go, I've put start considering potential venues and dates, then create a rough guest list, decide on the wedding budget and start saving money, create a vision board for like each section of your wedding, and hire a wedding planner if you go into. I'm personally not going to. I don't think I'll change my mind on that, but we'll see. So that's 18 months. Then we've got 16 months, choose your wedding party. So if you're having bridesmaids or groomsmen for the guys, then they need to choose that. If you are having bridesmaids, you can, if you want to, I know this is not for everyone, but you can send the bridesmaids proposal boxes, choose and book your ceremony and reception venues 16 months before. Choose and book your celebrant, and start looking for wedding dresses and booking appointments with bridal shops. Then 14 months before, again, you can leave this closer to the date, but I would personally rather just get as much as I can done before, just because I'm getting married in a country that I'm not from or I'm not living in. So I think that's just a little bit, that's just something to consider. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. Then I've got book your photographer and videographer, book your catering, and begin planning the menu. I think I might be a little bit early for that, but I've got it there. Start looking into the florist and start looking into the music, band or DJ. Then 12 months to go, I've got send out wedding invites, whether you want to do that, sorry that's really loud, whether you want to do that physically or digitally, up to you. That's something I'm still thinking about. Look at what kind of cake you want, book any hair makeup artists, or at least do like consultations with people. Again, it's going to be challenging for me because I'm not going to be in that country, but I'll get to that when it comes to it. And begin looking for wedding bands, and if you want to do like an engagement photo shoot or a pre-wedding photo shoot, that's the time to do it. Then 10 months before, we've got book your accommodation for your wedding night. Sorry guys, the background noise is not ideal. So book your accommodation for your wedding night if it's not included with the actual venue already. Choose and order your bridesmaid dresses if you're having them. Choose and order the groomsmen attire, and choose and book your musicians or DJs, whatever the case may be. Then 8 months to go. Choose and book a rehearsal dinner venue. If it's not going to be in the same venue, choose and book that if you're having a rehearsal dinner. Begin planning your honeymoon if you're having a honeymoon, and begin planning your ceremony and reception decor, which apparently for me that was like the priority. I started to do that straight away. 6 months to go. I've got purchase your wedding bands, begin planning your wedding favors if you're having any, begin planning your ceremony readings and vows. 6 months in advance I think is quite a lot of time. This is what I found online as well with like other people who are in the industry. And begin planning your music playlist if you're having a music playlist. 4 months to go. Choose and order your wedding favors, choose and order ceremony programs, finalize your menu, finalize your reception and ceremony decor 4 months before. 2 months to go, schedule your final dress fitting. So hopefully I'm gonna lose some weight, I can do that. And confirm all vendors or suppliers and wedding details, and confirm final guest lists. Create a seating chart and assign seating. 1 month to go, get your marriage license, finalize your music and I guess like the run through. Confirm final headcount with the suppliers and confirm final details with all the suppliers. 1 week to go. I know this list is going to grow massively. Book for your honeymoon, get a manicure and pedicure, confirm all final details like for everything, and finalize your seating charts. Now I know I'm going to add on to this list, but this is just a rough list that I'm going to put initially for you, so you don't need to worry about the nitty-gritty stuff until like the end. It's just like the big things. Like, so now what I'm looking at is venues. I'm looking at potential venues. I'm creating a vision board, which I already have had for like ages on Pinterest, but now I'm actually putting it into sections. So I might share some things on the screen for you. So I've got sections like, so I've obviously got my dress, which I'll not put on the screen. I've got flowers. So first of all, I think the overall picture, I'm already getting overwhelmed trying to make this video. The overall picture is, I think you need to choose your color scheme that you're going for. So I know for sure I'm going to go for a very neutral, light pinks, but very neutral color theme. I want everything bright and airy and just needs to feel like that. The kind of so the flowers I want to go for match that color theme. So I just want like whites, creams, light pinks, maybe a tiny bit of greens in there. Very simple. And then for table decor, I've already created a menu, which I actually sell myself. So I know what kind of menus I want. So just like what you want your table to look like, what color chairs you want, like that kind of stuff. Ceremony arch. So if you're gonna have a ceremony arch or any signage that as you enter towards the ceremony area, what kind of decor you want as you look down the aisle or whatever it is. And any signage like seating signage, all that kind of stuff. I think I'll do a lot of like DIY things, to be completely honest. There's some things that I've got in mind that I'm so excited to make, but I can't do it yet, but I'm really, really excited. Then I've got like hair and makeup, which again is like very far to go, but I just want to get an idea of like how I'm going to do my hair, how I want my makeup to look. I don't know if I'm going to do it myself. I don't know. Hair, definitely not myself. Makeup, I'm really unsure. Let me know what you're thinking, if you're planning your wedding day, because I'm really curious to know what that looks like for you, because I really don't know what to do. If you're having bridesmaids, then look at their bridesmaid dresses. What colors do you want? Again, it must come in with your color theme, I guess. What kind of invites do you want to send? I'm thinking for my invites, I'm thinking to send physical invites to the country where I'm from, maybe, depending on the budget and how the budget is going. But I think I would like to send, because I love stationery. Like every time I've gone to my Pinterest and I look at my Pinterest, my wedding board, I have always got invites on there, and like beautiful aesthetic old school invites, and I love that. So I would love to send physical invites if I can. If not, we'll send digital invites to people who don't live close to us, and ones that we'd have to pay quite a lot of money for to send. And then, yeah, we'll see. We might end up sending digital, who knows. Obviously your dress, you can make a vision board on. You can make a vision board for food and like the setup of the food. If you're doing like a buffet, we'll probably do, in Sicily, what's really popular is like a big buffet to start. So like they'll have like antipasti boards and like a massive buffet to start with some drinks. And then they do the first course and the second course. Because it's food, right? We're talking about Italy. So that's probably gonna be the plan. My overall plan is this year we're gonna go to Sicily, and ideally we will seek venues, get an idea, then we'll send my future parents-in-law to go look at the venues, because they're very close to it anyway. They'll go look at it, we'll get the feel of what they say and maybe some extra videos and pictures of the actual venue. Then we'll jump on a call with potential vendors or suppliers or whatever it is, or the people who are running the show in that particular venue. And then once we've got it down to like 1 or 2 venues or 3 maximum, this year when we go back to Europe, because we are going back, it's going to be more of a working wedding trip, should we say, but we're going to go back and view the venues in person. This is what I've got in my head. So we're going to go view them in person, make a final decision then, basically like agree to everything that we want then, because I'll have to start ordering like decor things, because again, I'm not in the country, so it's very difficult for me to order it last minute, because if I order it last minute and I see it and I don't like it, I don't have time to like change it around. I guess anybody would be in those. Yeah, I just wanted to do like a little intro to my wedding series, because I'm really looking forward to planning this, but I also want to share this journey and document it, because I think it's going to be quite special to look back on, and maybe we can talk and help each other and figure it out. But I just want you to know, this fly is driving me crazy. I just want you to know that if you are stressed, overwhelmed, bickering with your partner about like how many people they're bringing in comparison, because like my partner, for example, is bringing so many people, and I have a tiny family, so like for me it's much less. We've got like every Tom, Dick and Harry from his family, which is fine, it's fine. But yeah, just like little comments here and there, like I'll make sarcastic comments and then it'll turn into a bit of a bicker, and it's fine because we love each other and it's gonna be fine. But I just want you to know, like, it is normal to have these conversations and talk about these things, and we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it, and I wanna share with you my journey. So there's my little intro to a little wedding series that I want to do, and share with me your thoughts, share with me what's going on in your mind. Maybe you've got a timeline of your own that you'd like to share. I'd love to hear, because sharing is caring, and we're on this journey together. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the next video I'll share with you will be more about like the venues and like what we're picking up. So these are the vision, I wanted to share with you some of the vision boards that I've started to create within my Notion template. So these are the vision boards, so just so you have topics. So maybe if you're on Pinterest or you've got Notion yourself, you can start to create a vision board yourself. So my dress, shoes and accessories for me. If you've got bridesmaids, groomsmen, their attire, their accessories. If you've got bridesmaids, they'll need bouquets as well. Then you've got flowers, table setup and decor, whether you want like round tables, long tables, and the kind of decor, what kind of chairs you want. Then hair and makeup, if you're having bridesmaids, and if you've obviously got like mother of the bride, mother of the groom, they need to be taken care of as well. Ceremony chairs and setup, so the actual ceremony part, ceremony art if you're having one, and like any extra decor or signage that you've got going on there. The groom, bless him, he's right at the end, invites. and decor, like general, like signage, menus, candles, anything extra like that. That's what I've got for visuals. And then I've started to create an expense spreadsheet, like a really simple one. We don't even have a final budget yet, but I've started to write some ideas down. So these are some categories that you can think about. So suppliers, florist, catering, cake, band, DJ, whatever you've got going on, makeup artist, hairstylist, wedding celebrant, photographer, videographer, dress, wedding bands. Those are the things I can think of at the moment. Obviously, you've got your bridesmaid dresses, your groomsmen attire, if you're going to pay for those. I think these days, what I've heard is that not many people pay for those things. I mean, like not many couples pay for that. They actually put it on the individuals themselves. Again, that's completely up to you. And that's what I can think of for the moment. So maybe that's going to help you, maybe it's not. But I'm trying my best, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I probably made you more overwhelmed, and I really hope I haven't. But I promise you, through doing these little series every week on a Friday, this is going to help us together. I know it's going to help eventually, and even at the end of my journey, maybe you're just starting yours and you can come back to this video and watch it. So that's what we're going to end up on today, and I'll see you next Friday.